Shortly after the end of the war with the Yellow River Persians, the Mughals, as they had now come to be known, saw their inward focus pay immediate dividends. While roving bands of rebels, pirates, and Persian marauders remained a threat for some time, the Mughal emperors were quick to bring about their demise and just as quick to establish positive foreign relations with their western neighbors. With reduced focus on military matters, other industries began to flourish, none more so than the stonemasons' guilds. The construction of the Taj Mahal was an ambitious project, and though the Persians had established the initial plans for Angkor Wat, it was the skilled work of Mughal builders that would make those plans a reality. The Mughal Empire had become the envy of the world in the early modern era, but their ambitions went beyond the opinions of their lessers. From the lecture series Mughal-e-Azam by PartyElite. Hey everybody, it's PartyElite. Welcome back to our Humankind Forging India miniseries. As always, I am thoroughly excited to see exactly where our story takes us next, and I'm particularly curious about our eastward expansion. While we're not researching the technology right now, the next tech I intend to research will give us access to settlers. And once we have those settlers, I intend to make a mad dash to uncover whatever mysteries this Earth has left for us. There's something here, perhaps something to compete with us, something to threaten our majesty, something to challenge us. We are without peer, the most famed people in the known world, and I feel as though our ambition would drive us to seek out challengers so we can beat them as well. Now, of course, we know that we've already met all of the people of the world, but that's just the story reason I have, I suppose, of spreading our horizons, I suppose. Now, apart from trying to discover whatever's hiding in this shroud, I suppose, we'll also want to expand our holdings, our culture, our majesty, down over here. In the known world that remains unclaimed. There are some independent people down over here, the Khazars. There's also the threat of the Achaemenid Persians spreading their sphere of influence across this archipelago, and we of course can't have that. So we will be using our settlers closer to home as well, in due time, of course. We have to get them first. And before we can get them, there's a bit of housekeeping to do. First order of business, really quickly, folks, I just want to address Mohenjo-Daro's pirates. Yeah, I mean, Mohenjo-Daro is, I guess, landlocked, but never underestimate the threat level of lake pirates. We got a lake over here. We got a lake over here, especially this lake. Piracy on this lake could be devastating to the entire Mughal economy. I am, of course, being facetious. I did find it funny that the pirate event triggered for Mohenjo-Daro, but I think it's because it sees a body of water as a body of water. It doesn't consider its size. Maybe it should consider its size before it throws some pirates on it. But yeah, you know, I mean, I guess lake pirates and river pirates are harassing Mohenjo-Daro's merchants. I don't know. Either way, folks, there was a very interesting discussion going on between quite a few of the comments in the previous episode's comments. Like I say always, leave those comments down below because they do all get read, they do all get considered, and they do all get weighed and make a difference in our playthroughs, right? So don't ever hesitate to share your opinions, thoughts, anecdotes, whatever it might be down below. Unfortunately, but interestingly, there were a plethora of opinions with regards to what to do for the next step in our faith. Now, as I was saying last session, I feel fairly confident about going with develop the intellect as our next tenet. It makes the most sense with our currently active tenets. It's the most fitting, even though we can't really benefit from it. Like, in case you're thinking I want to do develop the intellect just because it gives us science buffs, to be clear, we only get those buffs if we have alliances, and at present we don't have any. And while I might try to make some down the line, right now, again, we don't have any. So it's not like a numbers game I'm playing over here. I just feel like develop the intellect works best with seek wisdom and bear not false witness. It's kind of in that same line of thinking just for the early modern era as opposed to, you know, well, prior eras. So that's one thing that I'd settled on. But it was this conversation that I threw out for the comment section. Like, what do we think we should go with, you know? Now, I saw justification for quite a few of our options here. Hinduism came up, of course, with the Vedic history that we've been touching on, and the when people think about India, Hinduism comes to mind. It's also, Hinduism is a polytheistic faith, and of course, we developed Harappan polytheism, which, you know, there's the obvious tie-in there. But of course, there's a justification for Islam as well. We're playing as the Mughals right now, so of course, Islam makes sense. Islam is also prevalent in India, so that also kind of goes without saying. Buddhism makes sense as well. Some of you brought up in the comments that, well, we had that whole conversation about Ashoka and the conversion to Buddhism and the spreading of Buddhism, and we've got a bunch of stupas that we built. In fact, I think we have a Greek holy site in the statue of Zeus. We have the 1 or maybe 2 stupas we built. We've got, what else? Do we have any of the obelisks? I think we have like 1 obelisk, right? So like all of our religious buildings we've built so far are rather varied, but as far as this set of options is concerned, we've only built Buddhist, technically speaking, holy structures because we were the Mauryans at one time, so it was an option, right? So Hinduism, Buddhism, Islam, they all make sense. Come the next era, Christianity will make sense, right? If we're considering present day India, you know, all those options still make sense. Like my point being, every option kind of makes sense, and that makes this a very difficult decision to make. So I had to mull over this quite a bit, and it's been eating at me for quite some time because we have to make this decision now. We can't move on to the next turn without making this decision. And I was I was so uncertain. I wasn't sure which way I want to go. And then I realized, you know what? I like the idea of keeping Harappan polytheism, because to me that captures everything that we wanted to do. It captures everything that all of these options, I guess, represent. It reflects to me, while the name is Harappan polytheism, part of me would rather change that name to reflect this mosaic of faiths in the subcontinent. So the challenge I put forth last time was, which one of these do we pick? And while yes, it would be nice to have a different visual representation of our faith on the map, I do agree. I think it's a bit more fitting for our playthrough, that is Forging India. It's a bit more fitting for us to, in a strange sort of way, embrace the in our faith, embrace the secularism of the subcontinent, right? So my challenge today to you in the comments is to develop a new name for Harappan polytheism. Now we can keep it as Harappan polytheism, or we could come up with, I think, something new that maybe, again, like I said, embraces that the fact that there's a little bit of everything beyond what's listed here. You got, there's no Jainism here, there's no Sikhism here, there's like so many other faiths as well, right? So it's a tough one, and I know this will throw some of you off because you were expecting we're going to make a decision over here, and so I apologize if I'm throwing you off. But we are making a decision here, but hey, surprise, it's coming in out of left field. And I hope you like the logic behind it, because I do. I personally, I think it works best, and I just think we need a little bit of a renaming as the future has come to us. I think we just need a bit of a renaming here to reflect what we're trying to build over here. So we stay with Harappan polytheism. We will choose develop the intellect, because again, we're building our own faith, right? We have been doing so far. So I think we continue doing that. Stay on track with developing our own faith. That seems to be very sort of focused on the sciences, right? So develop the intellect, choose this tenet, and stay as Harappan polytheism. Man, honestly, this might be one of the toughest decisions to make, because there were so many great justifications for all of the choices that were thrown out there, and I was torn. I was so torn. But I think this is the right call. And I hope you agree. I hope you agree. But like I was saying, we're definitely going to go ahead and rename this. We don't have to. We don't have to, but I feel like we could rename this and come up with something that's more, I guess, encompassing. But y'all let me know what you feel about that. With that done, though, we can move on to other matters. There's our new tenant selected. Yes, thank you very much. What do we have over here? Right. Taking so much damage while traveling on this deep water. Well, we still have to go on. Let's use the shallow water where we can, when we can, to minimize the damage we're taking and see just how far we can go. Because when it's time for our settlers to make this journey, we need to know where it's safe for them to go, right? So let's keep doing that. Meanwhile, over here, where we were sending this regiment down over here to colonize this region, this province, and then perhaps attach it to Nineveh or Ashur, attach it to somewhere, but we want to make sure that we get this and the Achaemenid Persians don't, of course. Can I come down over to here? There is, no, we'd have to declare war to come down here. Alright, fine, let's make landfall. We'll probably move faster on land anyway, relatively speaking. And we are able to upgrade these crossbowmen to arquebusier. I always struggle with this word, because I always feel like it should be pronounced like you would in French. Arquebusier. But that I can't do the weird R because it feels weird to me in the context of this word. Anyway, it's a weird word for me, so I apologize if I'm butchering it. But once we get saltpeter, which we have plenty of available to us as soon as we start mining it, we can actually upgrade these guys as well. So our military might should be unparalleled, I think. Up over here, we have this Mongol horde still that I was looking to disband somewhere to sort of add to a population center. I'm still not sure exactly which one I would like to add to. Babylon, as has been pointed out, is a little useless right now, and I think we'll attach Mullafane to it. Again, this was suggested in the comments, and thank you for the reminder. I'd been intending to do that as soon as we were done with the Mongols of the previous era. Mullafane did come in handy. We were able to recruit this Mongol horde because of Mullafane not being attached anywhere, so I'm glad we left it for that era. But now that that era is behind us, we should, yes, definitely look to attaching it to Babylon, I think, because Babylon is a relatively, I mean, its industry is fantastic, but otherwise it's a relatively weak, oh, its science is fantastic too. But it could use more space, for sure. We don't have too much land down over here, and we've been kind of, like, stuck for picking spots to build stuff in. So let's go ahead and attach Mullafane. We've got plenty of influence, and let's just see how that changes our numbers. 13, 127, 29, 143. Alright, not going to complain about that. Food, though, still at 13. We're going to maybe establish some more farms, or, you know what, we could maybe take a look. After Jama Masjid is done, yeah, I think we should take a look at making the animal barns. Maybe we should get some flood irrigation going as well, because now we have this river flowing through Babylon's territory here, so that'll help tremendously. We should maybe also take a look at the fishmonger, because we do have at least one harbor over here. So all that will help tremendously. And we could then maybe get the... Actually, let's get the watermill first, I suppose. Jama Masjid will help tremendously with industry, so we want to get that first. And then we'll go ahead and get the watermill to help with industry even more. And that'll just help with the construction of everything else, right? So it makes sense to do it in that order. Our stability is dropping, though. So all this is infrastructure. Well, this is going to hit our stability. All of this is infrastructure. That attachment is hurting our stability. So why don't we go ahead and establish... we actually don't have any garrisons here. Interesting. We should maybe consider establishing... Do I want to establish a garrison? Or do I want to establish a commons quarter instead? Perhaps a commons quarter. I feel like it's more reflective of who we're trying to be right now. Up over here, I think, is a nice spot for it. Yeah, it's not going to hurt any of our, like, other exploitations or anything like that. So let's go ahead and... queue that up as well. I think we'll be okay in that order, because it'll take some time for stability to drop to 59%, and that's not even a dangerous place to be, but I just don't want to lose track of it, obviously. Now hang on, does Bombay have access? Babylon. I intend to, I guess I've shown my hand there. I've mentioned it in the comments, but now I've said it out loud. I intend to rename Babylon to Bombay when we become the British in the next era, and then to Mumbai when we become the Indians in the era thereafter. So yeah, if I call it Bombay, my mistake, that's because because that's my plan, and I've had this plan forever, so it's on my mind. Now, do I want to upgrade eventually the Samnaya to Arquebusier as well, or do I want to wait and see if I can get them to be the Gujnal instead, right? We're researching those guys right now, so we'll see about that. But I mean, where do I send these guys? Without wars to fight, what do I do with these people? I guess I could pull you back to Mohenjo-daro. Oh, that was a mistake. Pull the entire army back, please. Not the end of the world, but it was a mistake. And this Mongol horde again, why don't we, let's pull them back to maybe Babylon over here. And, let's see, we could add to the science over here. Mohenjo-daro, how are you looking here? We could add to the science over here. All three of those Mongol hordes added to the science here is maybe not a terrible idea. 10 per pop there, 9 per pop there, 9 per here as well. I do want to accelerate our research rates and stuff, right? That's definitely something that's been top of mind for me for a little while. So sure, it looks like Babylon has a higher per researcher number here, so we'll go ahead and get these guys down to Babylon. At least some of them will get added over here, right? Oh, you know what? The math might... Look, fine. This is why I also try not to obsess over numbers too much. Because it slows everything down for when I'm, like, recording and all that. I feel like it slows things down too much. And that's why I try not to... Well, I don't like when things get slowed down. I imagine it can get pretty laborious to watch. So, you know what? The numbers might not work out perfectly, but it's fine. We're doing okay. We're doing okay. Go ahead and end the turn there.
15 makers' quarters. Your biggest worry may be where all the workers will eat and sleep.
Yeah, a little bit. Food has been problematic in some places, actually. So, very, very poignant statement there. What do the Dutch want?
How you doing, friend?
Yeah, listen. Okay, how you doing, friend? I know what you're eyeing. I know what you're planning. Don't get clever with me. Don't get clever with me. What do you want? Are they buying stuff from us? Is that what that notification was? They're actually buying a lot from us. Those are all of our exports. They're buying salt. They're buying, what else? They're buying tea. Buying, was that lead, I believe? More salt. Porcelain. Alright, cool. I mean, I guess that's what that notification was. Fair enough. Fine by me. Fine by me. We could actually try and put forward a non-aggression pact of our own. If they decline it, it could cause some friction. Let's try it, though. We're trying to make peace, right? Inward perfection.
So, tell me.
Okay.
Shall we become closer?
Okay.
You're teasing me, huh? The answer.
Demand the signing of a treaty? No.
Sure.
That's fine. I'm not gonna demand that they sign a treaty they just declined. They're within their rights to do so. God knows I've done it countless times, or our forefathers have done it countless times, so it's fine. Bring these guys together. Oh, this music is great. Keep you guys in Mohenjo-Daro over here. And once we disband... Oh, I should have just popped them over here to disband them. Once we disband these guys, our economy will definitely see a huge bump. Up over here, let's keep moving. Push through. Push through. Oh, I suppose this is... Yeah, this would be Alaska. We've discovered a mysterious new world. That's what it looks like, at least. Yeah, it must be. Cool. That was easier than expected. Gunga over here. Why don't we go ahead and establish... Right, let's go ahead and get ourselves an obelisk of the gods. With all that conversation about our faith, maybe it's not a bad idea. Because again, this thing will give us a bit of a stability boost, and it'll also help spread our faith. Alternatively, I could help build the Taj Mahal. It'll reduce the turns taken by another turn. Alright, sure, let's do that. Because again, that'll free up like 4 or 5 cities, right? So fine, let's go ahead and do that. And I wonder if I shouldn't actually send at least one unit out this way. Because if we take a look very quickly at the competitive deeds, there is one for... Where is it? Not conquer each continent, but there's one for setting foot on another continent. Now, there we go. Set foot on an uninhabited continent. I'm going to go ahead and guess... Oh, there's 2 of them for Terra Incognita. I'm going to go ahead and guess that... that's a pretty safe bet up over here. The Achaemenid Persians may have come here. You can see Garama is like established over here, so they might have come here already. But this will probably be our best bet. So we'll split these guys up actually, and send like maybe our unit of pikemen over to check out this strange new world we've discovered. End our turn over here. Looking pretty good. Before I by mistake tell these guys to continue on with their existing order, I want to make sure I pull them away, right? Because again, I do believe set foot means to literally set foot. What do we got over here? Resources sold to the Greeks, more population gain stuff. Ooh, some grievances apparently. With a few different people. Alright, we'll deal with that in a moment. Let's go ahead and before again I forget, pull you guys over to here. You guys down. Again, I want to claim this sooner rather than later. Into the water. Can't go right now. Fair enough. Got some other armies moving. What do we have here?
I offer an excellent proposition.
The Greeks want to trade everything. What do they have to gain in the medieval era by trading everything with us? We have, I mean, we do have quite a bit to offer, from horses to plenty of iron. I imagine they have some copper at the very least. I suppose I could accept this. We are strengthening them. We have a non-aggression pact with them, so if we intend to become their allies, then yes, we should accept.
My people will profit from this proposal. We accept.
Yeah, we do accept. What's going on with the Achaemenid Persians here? Claimed a territory on our border. Which one? Rothald. Which one's Rothald? God damn it, I knew it. I knew it. Called it. Stole Gunung Mulu, which is down over here as well, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, the more demands I push, the more they'll push, of course. I could wait, though all these oppressing the faithful ones will last as long as our grievances, so it's not like they'll, you know, they'll still have a few to push when we push ours, even if we wait right until the end of those 10 turns. But, yeah, no, you know, I'm gonna push this demand right now. Go ahead and fight me. Declare a war.
You have more than enough, and I only ask for a bit.
Give me your gold, now!
Gonna go ahead and refuse? Call their bluff.
I am angry, and this does little to appease me. Forget the demands.
Yeah, forget the demands. I think so. All right, okay, fair enough. We're getting there. We are getting there. They're getting there too. Look, I don't mind if their war support is higher than ours when war begins, because I think we'll pretty quickly be able to crush them. Fairly confident in that. To that effect, though, why don't we go ahead and bring this regiment up front as well? Already calling it a front. Let's send these guys up to Katopolis or... Well, let's just send them over for now, at least, right? Because the other thing is, like, they have Garama up over here, which is far away from everything. It's so isolated. But if we can at least get 2 of their cities right off the bat occupied, I think we'll be in a good position as far as, like, a continuous gain of war score is concerned. Or war support, war score, whichever one you want to call it. Yeah, let's just get prepared for that. Because I feel like that war is coming. I feel like it's an inevitability. I just want to be in a good position for it. Down over here, these guys, I guess it's time to say goodbye, isn't it? It's unfortunate because, like, one more battle, I think, and we could have gained another population here. But it seems that is not to be. Fair enough. Babylon, I do hope you have enough food to support this sudden population explosion. Let's be a bit picky over here. It's difficult as well to disband the Mongol horde because we will not be able to re-recruit them, right? We won't have access to them moving forward. Just like with the Samnaya, right? We can upgrade them to the Gujnal. I'm okay with that. We'll still have 4 Mongol hordes. And another 5, 9. Okay, you know what? We can disband these guys. We have plenty. We have plenty. As fun as they are to keep around for a couple of eras past their origin, let's be realistic about just how many we have. Too bad about this, but go ahead and disband you. I just want to be careful over here, though. To make sure we don't suddenly suffer from a problem here. I feel like if we add 1 more to our population here, we'll be in a bit of trouble. Well, let's see. Why don't we go ahead and move... If I add 1, 2 here, and 1 here. What if I go ahead and get you working over here, buddy? Okay, let's try this. Expand another one. Yeah. Ah, I knew it. Overdid it. That's fine. -1 in 29 turns. We have plenty of time to establish a farmer's quarters before it becomes a real problem. We could also actually take a look at a hamlet. There we go. 18 up there, eh? What else do we have? Okay, 18 up there. The farmer's quarters was 23, so we'll definitely put this down over here instead. And yeah, we got plenty of time. We got plenty of time. So in that case, let's go ahead and send this Mongol horde elsewhere. Why don't I go ahead and add... Well, it's like barely making a difference to our research rate. But we'll pump more science over here. Bustum Nugget, why don't we go up over here and add some pops over here? Sure. Down over here. Hang tight. And I believe that's our turn done. You guys are all good? Yeah, let's go ahead and end the turn there. Honestly, this was an insult. This was an insult. Now, where would be best to establish this outpost, though? There's some high ground over here. I suppose we could establish it over here. It's actually a good spot as well. I had a feeling because of the rivers nearby. It'll take 4 turns up here. 3 turns down here because of the slightly higher industry. But there's a huge difference in growth rate, right? So we'll establish it up over here instead. That's fine. These guys take to the water. Over here. Let's just apply some pressure to Kirtan. I'm wondering... I guess up over here, eh? Fair enough. Hang tight up there. Who else do we have? You are going to move over this way. I imagine... I don't know, there could be some independent peoples over here. That wouldn't make sense. I mean, if we can get the... where are they? Oh, they're gone. Oh, no, they are. There they are. The Khazars over here. I'm sure we can get some independent people over here. I just don't know if that's the case. In which case, does it count as uninhabited? You know what I mean? Yeah, let's go ahead and disband these guys. I think we'll be okay. I hope I've done my calculation right. Again, this hurts a bit, but hey, it is what it is. Oh, or you know what, actually? Why don't I go ahead and put you in this army? It can be a 5 stack, so why not? Let's go for it. And that'll... I mean, we'll still be paying upkeep for the unit itself, but it will reduce the overall cost, right? Because it's not a separate army entirely. We have quite a few, don't we? Yeah, maybe just a few too many. Like our cities, actually, a few too many. We're okay. We're okay. We're okay. Hang tight over here still. I'm just curious what the Mongol horde... Oh, I guess actually it won't be... No, it should be able to upgrade to something down the line. I'm just curious what. Tanks. I've never had the pleasure of upgrading Mongol hordes. Alright, that's our turn done. The Taj Mahal will be completed. Beautiful. Beautiful.
The Taj Mahal is indeed a stunning mausoleum. If you want to be together forever, it's hard to choose a nicer place.
Beautiful. There's that extra fame. Gorgeous building. We are still well ahead of the competition. Almost 1,000 points ahead of the competition as far as fame is concerned. Good stuff. Good stuff. Let's go ahead and focus on the Angkor Wat next, I suppose. I mean, what else are we doing, right? Go ahead and add Paschimnagar right away. 20 turns it'll take. We can go ahead and add Mohenjo-daro as well. 12 turns. That's a huge reduction. Nineveh down to 9 turns. Harappa down to 6. Ashur down to 5. No, not Babylon. Hariganga doesn't help. Alright, cool. That works for me. 5 turns. That's not bad to build a wonder. I just want to make sure I didn't ruin Babylon's... Yeah, we're good. The Jama Masjid was built as well. Yep. Cool. Looking good. And you know what? We might actually not even need this farmer's quarters. Because when we complete the animal barns and the flood irrigation, actually, let's go ahead and cancel that. Because when we complete these, we might see a big enough bump that we don't have to build it. Because I don't want that stability drop, right? Unless we absolutely need it, I don't want that stability drop. Let's go ahead up over here. Send this boat on its way. Up this way. Again, I don't want them to die. Right? We'll get up to there. We'll land in Alaska. And then we'll take it from there. Meanwhile, these guys... Just have them stationed. I think it'll be some time before these guys actually get confident enough to declare this war. Part of me wants to withdraw our demands to really bump up the war support, because I want to go to war sooner rather than later, right? We've crushed their armies, we've crushed their strength. Gilgamesh is a Gilgamesh, right? So now's the time, I feel like, and yet at the same time. Like I said a couple sessions ago now, I like the idea of this era of hopeful peace and prosperity, inward reflection, and all that kind of stuff. It'd be nice to have that, at least for a little while, you know? At least for a little while. Down over here, let's go ahead and establish that outpost. 4 turns it'll take, that's fine. Not too expensive as far as influence is concerned. And we can take a quick peek as well at some of the unclaimed wonders, because there is St. Basil's Cathedral. There's also Topkapi Palace. Plus 20 stability, production towards any shared project. Oh, it's not bad. And again, claiming one just makes sure somebody else can't get it, right? But we have to build it, though, before we can pick our next one. I feel like St. Basil's Cathedral is not a terrible idea, especially, again, if we resume or return to our conversation about our faith from the beginning of this session, right? 100% production towards any shared project, national project, holy site, or cultural wonder. That is helpful. Plus 5% industry is also helpful. Pop this at Paschimnagar. Embracing a principle of imperial seclusion, including secret passages, the palace affords the Sultan great privacy. Sure, you know what, let's go for it. The influencing factor here is the use of the word Sultan and the use of the word imperial, because it ties into some of the conversations we've been having. So, Topkapi Palace it is, and I think it could be quite useful for us as well. Let's claim it. Claim this wonder. A little bit on the expensive side. I could have waited until Angkor Wat is done, but I'm not sure if somebody else might claim it instead. And again, having more fame, never hurts. You don't make a big difference to Angkor Wat, right? Fair enough. So why don't we go ahead and get started on Topkapi Palace? No, that doesn't make any sense. That's not worth it. Let's go ahead and get started on this saltpeter mine up over here. Helping our science, helping our industry, and also giving us access to, well, literal firepower here. Give it 2 turns, that's fine. I'm not in a super rush. Not in a super rush. These guys are close to being disbanded as well. Cool. We are just past the halfway mark of this series as well. What are these independent people doing over here? What is our influence over them like? We could actually assimilate them. Next turn, we could assimilate them. They've got some incense down here, and another strategic resource that we don't know about. Oil is my prediction. I would imagine, I would not be surprised if this, and this is all oil, actually. Wouldn't be a bad idea, before somebody else tries to nab them, right? The relation with the Goths and the relation with the Dutch, not nearly as good as ours, but we of course have to keep an eye on our city cap. If we're going to do some merging, I suppose Ashur and Nineveh could get merged. Or you know what, we just look for that research, that tech that gives us one more city cap. I believe it is supply lines, was it? Yeah. Supply lines after 3-masted ship, of course. Siege cannons, 3-masted ship, and then supply lines. Oh, but we gotta get centralized power first. Oh, what a pain. What a pain. That is, that's actually quite a ways away. That's actually quite a ways away. And we might forego our advantage to movable type as a result. But hey, thinking like an imperialist, I suppose. Okay, up over here. Oh no. We can supposedly defeat them. They're just on the pentacounter here. But I would rather not have to deal with that. I also hope I haven't been beaten here. That would be non-ideal. Can you... Why can't you get in there? Oh, because they're nomadic. Right, of course. Well, alright, fair enough. That's my bad. Let's go ahead and disband them over here. They're still in Paschimnagar, so this will add to this population over here. Go ahead and... Time to say goodbye, buddy. Time to say goodbye. -1 in 90 turns. Ooh. What a threat. Let's see if we can't... Oh, plus 48 over here? Are you kidding me? Huge. What about a hamlet? Plus 48 over here. Well, okay, which one's... So the hamlet gives us +1 farmer slot, worker slot, trader slot, and researcher slot as well, though. And that extra stability... Well, that's just because of our affinity, though. Anything will give us that extra stability. So if we go ahead and establish the plus 48... Oh, hang on a second. Oh, they're 2 different tiles. Oh, wonderful. 4 turns, 5 turns. Let's go ahead and get the hamlet. I like hamlets. They're cool. They're cool. I got no other reason. Go ahead and get them established over there. And back over here, we are 3 turns away. Excellent. I can't... Damn it. I was really hoping. My one hope was that we could come down here and burn their outpost down before they attach it, but it seems we're a little too late for that. Fair enough. Make our way over to... I wonder if a battle kicks off over here. You know what? I think we might be able to fire across the water over here. So why don't we make our way over, and then we can upgrade these troops when they're when we have the saltpeter, which will be what, next turn? Next turn. And if the Achaemenid Persians declare war on us, then we'll be able to sort of pincer them, basically. All right, good stuff. Good stuff. Feeling good. Got done over here. Yeah. Saltpeter is ours. Oh, some good opportunities, actually. Anything up over here? No, no. I would really like some increased production for Hariganga. The production is okay. Plus 19. I don't think that's enough to compare to the extra food that we were looking at. So Hariganga, let's go ahead and establish a hamlet. Up over here, plus 34 and plus 1. We can establish, what, another one down over here as well, I suppose? Sure. Go ahead and establish that one over there. Move our armies. These guys are still making their way over. Good stuff. These guys... I mean, we can do this, and the next turn we can move in. How quickly they'll start to die. But it won't happen without warning, obviously. We'll have that one-turn grace period. Times of peace are interesting because they everything moves so much faster. Battles take so much time, you know. Gudgeon'll require 2 saltpeter. Good thing that's readily available for us. What's the deal here? Oh, the heresy of science. Are we mere animals? Word spreads that natural philosophers are conceiving theories regarding the providence of life itself. To imagine that men and beasts might have shared common ancestors would be an affront to many, and cause a revolution in the way the people view themselves. These theories could undermine the realm's official faith, and by extension, your authority. What is your position on this matter? So either we forbid these falsehoods, these ideas are self-evidently falsehoods and need to be vanquished, which gives us literalism as far as our civics are concerned, or we must recognize the progress we can make by adopting these ideas, forcing compatibilism. Let's take a look at the civics screen over here really quickly. So, compatibilism gives us plus 5 science on holy sites, whereas literalism gives us plus 5 faith and plus 5 stability. We were, again, just now, you know, what, 20 or so minutes ago, talking about the scientific leaning of our mosaic of a faith. And so I think compatibilism makes sense over here. The holy words need not be taken literally, only their spirit is intended. Which applies to quite a few of these mosaic faiths, you know? There's a lot of room for interpretation across the board. I mean, that's that's true of pretty much all faiths. Maybe I'm mistaken in that statement. But I think we'll go with compatibilism over here. I think it makes the most sense based on, again, the direction of our faith, right? I think so. Taking a look at seek wisdom, right? Develop the intellect, our latest one. I think it makes sense. So, yes, as far as these strange new theories, we must recognize the progress we can make by adopting these ideas, giving us compatibilism. There it is. Good stuff. That's nice, because I've not been able to actually get any of these civics for so very long. We can't afford them. They're so expensive. They're just so expensive. Right, I'd like to get imperialists, but 4,000 influence? Oh my god. We're actually not that far away, truth be told, but it's a huge investment. I feel like there are more important things that we've been investing in, you know?
Will this independent people be an ally or an enemy? A barrier or a blessing? Their future may not be in their hands.
Oh hey, it's the Mississippians. All right, cool. I'm glad to see some independent peoples over here. So hold on, that does raise the question: are there uninhabited continents in this map? Because, well, looks like these guys are gone now. But Australia, right, had people living on it, so they were inhabited. And the Americas have people living on it. Now, North and South might be separated for the purposes of that gain of fame, but I'm just curious, just thinking out loud. By the way, this is cool. They're not necessarily in the exact right place, but I mean, again, we had Khazars down over here, right? so it's fine. But that's cool. The Mississippians have made it in. That's good. Cool. Good for them. Good for them. They are a warrior people. Oh, would you look at that? Great swordsman. Good for you. Let's go ahead and hang tight over here for one turn. And down over here, we're going to go ahead and upgrade these guys because we have the saltpeter now. The era of the crossbow is done. 970 gold apiece. Not too bad. The improvement to our economy from getting rid of those Mongol hordes was actually not as significant as I was hoping for, truth be told. Well, it is what it is. Upgrade you, and upgrade you. Oh, you know why? Oh, right, of course. Because we've got ourselves a new army over here with this split, so, of course, it cancels out. It is what it is, it's fine. I need these guys to just make landfall over here, and then they can probably pull back, right? Probably, hopefully. I do wonder with the Mississippians... Assimilating them would be interesting. As far as, like, a way to, well, colonize the new world, for lack of a better way to put it. It would be interesting. I'll hang tight over here. One more turn until Dean is done. Come on, fight me. Fight me, damn it. Pull the trigger on one of these grievances. I dare you. Cowards. Cowards. I, as a player, am a bit of a warmonger right now, because I know we'd have a glorious victory. Oh, can we not make it, actually? These guys are preventing our exploration over here. Well, that's frustrating. Damn it! Wish I'd realized that sooner, because we can't make it here in one turn or two turns. That's impossible, obviously. Need to declare war. If we go in there, could I... There's no way I could, like, force myself to navigate through there. We don't control anything up over here. Well, there's that adventure come to a close. That's too bad. At least for this era. At least for this era. So what about our settlers? I suppose they won't be able to make it either, because... Well, we could try and come around this way. One turn. That looks like it'll be 2 turns. We can try and come around this way and see how far we can go. Fair enough. It is what it is. Wish I'd realized that on our way over here. Oh, no. Oh, man. This is no joke. Serious army. Let's pull back. It's a numerous army. At sea, I mean, they're just transports, but it's a numerous army, right? These guys. Well, let's go ahead and upgrade these crossbows to arquebusier as well. Yep. These guys, I mean, yeah, it's arquebusier. I would imagine them to upgrade to gudgeonal. To me, it makes more sense. But hey, that's just one man's opinion, right? And the turn there. Almost on our hamlet. How's
Angkor Wat is worthy of reverence, not merely for the temples, but for the care it took with water and irrigation.
I was just about to say, we should be done the Angkor Wat soon, and there it is. Another wonder completed. Our stonemasons hard at work over here. I don't know if this was the best place to build it, but I'll take it. This also, by the way, counts as a holy site. So our science rate should be significantly higher after us embracing that new civic, right? This will still take 6 turns. Well, that's fine. That's fine. Now, what to do? Alright, Topkapi Palace. Plus 5% in industry and plus 100% production towards any shared project. I think Bastumnagar is probably the one that makes the most sense for it. 215 industry. Right? Oh, really? Harappa? Huh, 290. What do you know? What would be a good spot for it, though? I wonder if I want to rush this so that when we enter the next era, you know, we have access to this right away. But again, it's been keeping all of our cities so busy. I would almost rather work on, you know, for example, like a Jama Masjid, get that plus 30 and the extra influence production as well, or maybe get a science quarter or 2 going. Actually, probably not a bad idea, these guys. Reducing our stability a bit, but we can afford it. Stability is going up right now. Alright, let's go ahead and establish you. Go ahead and establish you. We've got a strategic resource here as well, so once that gets exploited, we should get these to bump up a little bit as well, if I'm not mistaken. What else do we have? No more of those. So why don't we go ahead and get the Jama Masjid established over here. I'm tempted to attach some of these, like, northern regions, I suppose. But I see no rush in it. We still have much to, like, develop locally, so to speak. So I see no rush in it, right? Harappa's doing saltpeter, good stuff. Paschim Nagar's doing a hamlet, Mohenjo-daro. What can you do? The sciences? No, saltpeter, though. Sure, let's go for it. 3 turns it'll take. Jama Masjid. Oh, you know what? Let's go ahead and establish this first. In 3 turns. And then we'll see how much faster that saltpeter mine becomes as a result. Cool. Because again, once this saltpeter mine is done, we'll have enough to field any unit that we want to field. This is unfortunate. Let's go out over here and come back around. I hope to find some curiosities and stuff as well, right? They can be very helpful, so I hope to find some of those as well. Continue to make our way... Yeah, I feel like this land is pretty hard to traverse, actually. I feel like we actually move faster through the water over here. Truth be told. And up over here. Let's get these guys... I feel like declaring war. Guys up over here. We have more saltpeter up at Nineveh. Amazing. Hang tight. Nineveh, what to do with you? Jama Masjid. 33 to our industry here. What about... oh, actually, hang on a second. Plenty of other spots over here as well. Nah, nothing worth as much as this. Okay. What about our science? Oh, yeah. Okay, plus 17 up there. It's not bad. 2 turns for that. And then Jama Masjid right afterwards up over here. Sure. We could do it the other way around, but I want to try and accelerate our research rate quickly as possible. There are, of course, oh, got ourselves an agrarian star as well. There are, of course, infrastructure buildings we can build as well. And in fact, I should probably take a look at the Asher towards these, like, libraries and stuff, right? In fact, what about our pop count? Harappa has the most. I do believe it already has a library. Hariganga is next. Okay, so Harappa, you've got a library, I believe, right? Yes. Manuscript Atelier. That'd be helpful, I guess. Hariganga was next, and it does have the opportunity to build right now. Sure, let's go with the library. +1 science per population, right? Per population. That's big. Let's do that. Stability is going to drop if we don't do something about it. We want to go ahead and establish... Well, this means something's being destroyed. Where do we put this bad boy down? Probably this is a better spot. A cultural center right next to... Oh, what about over here? This seems like a nice spot. +2 influence as well. Stability is only with adjacencies. Alright, you know what? Fine. I'll take that -2 to my production. That's fine. 3 turns to build this. Hopefully, it'll get done before stability falls below that threshold, right? I would like to get that library done. Over here. Loop you back in. Let's go. And what do we got over here? Hang tight. What do these guys want?
You come to me with a proposition. Let us see what is possible.
I don't come to you with a proposition. Is the game suggesting that I push a non-aggression pact with them? That's what it feels like. Oh, would you look at this? Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, wow. Would you look at this? Nisa got taken. Gothiscanza stands over here, but they are now a vassal to the Dutch. Oh, how you have fallen. And how far you have gone as well from Babylon.
How you doing, friend?
I'm doing okay. Again, I guess the game's suggesting the non-aggression pact. It would be an interesting war, I can tell you that. It'll be an interesting war. Now, the Greeks...
To what do I owe the pleasure?
...are afraid of us. We're much more powerful than them. They depend on access to our resources. Well, wouldn't an alliance be good for them then? Wouldn't they want to be allied? Let's propose it.
Here is a proposal to get your heart racing.
Your proposition is advantageous.
News like this makes the sun shine a little brighter.
Wow. This is kind of eye-opening. This is kind of eye-opening. Now, we do have access to other treaties now too. The buyer is acquitted from any non-essential fees when accessing this empire's resources. The seller still gains the same amount of money. Are we looking to buy anything from them? Not really, they're so far behind us. Scientific agreement, giving us plus 5% science. Not bad. Shared logistics, units can be upgraded while within each other's territories. That's not going to happen anytime soon, so I'm not going to propose it at risk of, causing issues between us. Cultural agreement, giving us plus 5% influence on the empire as well. Let's try the scientific agreement.
Let us formalize
Nice, okay.
mutual appreciation.
I don't know how much of a difference that actually made.
Cultural wonder. In my considered opinion, one of your competitors garnered a lot of fame building that monstrosity.
Which monstrosity? Which monstrosity? Must be something down over here that we were able to see because of our new alliance over here. It is a nice... hold on. Are you talking about our allies? Oh, that's an administrative center. Not sure exactly what they're talking about. But hold on. Hang on a second. This is very eye-opening. Look at this hegemony up over here. The Poles rule all of Europe. There's a slight presence of Norsemen here as well, but they are on the back foot. Oh, the Poles are scary. Oh, they are scary. They own a lot of territory. Now, they're not the most famed, right? They're not the most famed people, but if they come for us, they'll definitely... I think they're the only ones who could challenge us at this point.
Even if it's not yours, any human-built wonder is an impressive feat of design and construction. Makes me wish I'd done it.
I wish there was a button to, like, zoom into whatever they're talking about. We signed a treaty. We've found Vesuvius. We know where that is. We don't have to zoom into that. But yeah, we've got a bit of an African hegemon as well. The Greeks seem to be on the back foot, too. They don't seem to be having a very good time over here, do they? I don't intend to ally with the Dutch, I don't think. Or the Poles. The fact that there are threats mean almost that we can't ally with them because we might need to crush them, These poor Norsemen, though. They've been displaced from their homes. Oh, man. I'm glad for that alliance. It really revealed a lot to us. Oh, my God. It really revealed a lot to us. Alright. Moment of truth. Will these guys... Nah, still Akabuzi. That really is too bad. Because I don't want to leave this era without any Gujna, right? And I was hoping to not have to recruit any more units this era. But maybe after this Jama Masjid here is done, we'll go ahead and recruit some of these guys. We'll, like, retire maybe some of our Samnaya and replace them with a Gujna. 14 turns, hot damn. They're significantly more powerful than... I mean, a cannon on the back of an elephant is obviously going to be more powerful than a crossbow on the back of an elephant, right? Alright, something to think about. Well, what is this?
I offer an excellent proposition.
Cultural agreement.
From you? Could be interesting.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad idea. Plus 5% influence, right? Plus 5% influence. Not a lot, but it's something.
This is pleasing. I am content to join...
Yeah, sure, I'll take it. Doesn't hurt. What do we have over here? Let's pull you guys over to the land. Again, taking more damage, right? And down over here, Harappa, what to do with you? Another Jama Masjid, plus 43 to industry. Oh, well, hang on. What about, we've already got a library. Wouldn't hurt to have more scientists as a result, right? Well, actually, having more pop as a result is not a bad idea. Ooh, plus 22. That's not bad. Plus 38 food up over here. Hurts our stability a bit. Stability's looking pretty good, though. Man. Let's go ahead and get the Jama Masjid down. Get these fields down over here. Feels like a good idea. Fields like a good idea. And then we might want to get an obelisk of the gods somewhere over here as well to help with stability. We might need it. We've got fishery available as well, plus 3 food on harbor. We do have some harbors over here. Oh, you know what? I've become completely distracted from my goal of market quarters. It's just because they're not all that beneficial. Plus 6 is like, feels like nothing, Even though it's not. It's not nothing, but it feels like it. That's why I've become so easily distracted. At least we got some plus 8s over here. Reduced food, though. Up over here. Let's go ahead and establish that next. Stability's looking okay. Babylon, what to do with you? Plus 19 to science over there. Jama Masjid plus 34. At some cost, though. Stability's looking a bit rough still. So why don't we go ahead and establish another commons quarter. Plus 10 down over here. I'm pretty sure that's a good spot for literally like anything else. That's unfortunate. I suppose I could put this over here for the plus 5, and then we can get the farms down over here, right? What about Jama Masjid? Where do you go? Down over here as well? Well, that's not going to be a thing. Up over there for the Jama Masjid, I think. Alright, fair enough. Let's go ahead and get the commons quarter up over here. We'll get the farm over here. That'll boost that commons quarter a bit as well. If we do that, though, it'll just hurt our stability overall. I think we do just need a garrison at some point. A decent bump to stability up over here is not a terrible idea. Hold this mountain pass, sure. What do we have here? The human animal. As your civilization grows, you must recognize that your cities are not simply engines of production. They are places your people live and find community. Within the commons, now a bedrock of your empire's cities, you must decide what is your most important obligation to your citizens. It's because we've built so many commons quarters. Fundamental values, public security or public happiness. Reduced stability, well, hold on. Minus 50% on common quarters industry cost. Oh, okay, that is confusing. That shouldn't be there. It should just be negative 50% on commons quarter industry cost. That shouldn't be there. Or minus 50% on garrison industry cost. Ooh. A decision we cannot afford to make right now, quite literally. We don't have enough influence. One we'll make as soon as we can. Alright, good stuff. Another growth in pop at Harappa. 3-masted ship has been researched, so we have the colony plan. Create a city with a package of infrastructures already built. Very, very fitting and tempting. Start with a bit of industry as well. And it starts with all infrastructure from eras 1 through 3. That is no small matter. We also have the settlers, caravans full of families, livestock, supplies, and hopes. These vulnerable convoys allow nations to establish distant footholds. They can fight if they need to, but you'd rather not. But they can establish the advanced colony. That's the, what we were just talking about. Yeah. Yeah, let's start to settle the world, I suppose. Oh, we've got the caravel as well. High sea ignores any penalties from deep water. So hang on. We brought these guys back, but we should now be able to... Yeah, we should be able to cross the water, right across, and end up over here. And establish ourselves. And the same goes for, of course, our settlers and stuff as well. Again, I just want to set foot on this continent and see if that counts. I don't think it will because it's not uninhabited, but I want to see if that counts, just to check. And I will now be able to also, after we're done the library at Hariganga, I'm tempted to pay for, we can get ourselves some settlers. 3 turns, 1 pop, of course. Technically, it should be 3, I feel like, just because it starts with 3 at the new city. But yeah, I think the age of exploration is upon us. The age of, well, imperialism is upon us. We're going to spread our influence as far as we can. And the Tamils are down over here. What? Oh, that's cool. All right, fair enough. Looks like the Khazars are gone, but yeah, the Tamils are here. Okay, fair enough. Well, we'll head on down to Australia. We'll colonize it. We'll colonize this strange new world as well, I suppose. It seems as though Africa is... there's no room over here. Ooh, there's a little island, Madagascar over here for the taking, I suppose. We could do that. But yeah, the future beckons. Unfortunately, that future will be taking place in the future, folks. This is where we're calling it a session. I hope you enjoyed this one. It was a bit more of a peaceful one. Let me know what you think. Again, the peace isn't going to last very long. I mean, we could very easily declare war close to the end of this era. And in our next era, of course, we're going to have to, well... bring out the guns. I mean, literally, right? Because we're at a bit of an impasse, right? Once we colonize the island chain down over here, once we colonize the Americas, we what else do we do? Just sit still and look pretty? No. We're imperialists. We conquer. We spread our influence. We spread our faith. We spread ourselves, I suppose, the world over. Folks, I hope you had a good time this session. If you did, you know what to do. Let me know down below by leaving a like and a comment. Again, as always, it makes a very big difference in how I approach content on the channel. Directly impacts what I do more or less of. Really helps me make some decisions just moving forward. With that said, of course, as always, a massive thanks goes out to all of the channel members and patrons who've been supporting this channel on a monthly basis. Y'all keep us alive and running smoothly. And of course, a big old thanks goes out to each and every one of you for watching. Until next time, cheers.